Hello children, this is Manish Yadav and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about the second portion for the chapter, that is the third chapter for class 12th, not 12th, 10th. This is first flight, and the chapter's name is two stories about flying, and this is the black aeroplane. This is the black aeroplane, the chapter's name. So here we go. I ought to go back to Paris, I thought. It seems to me that I should have been back to Paris, but I wanted to get home. But my desire to get home earlier, I wanted that breakfast and I needed to take my breakfast. So I'll take the risk, I thought, and flew that old Doka straight into the storm. And I flew that Dakota, it is Dakota, the plane's name, straight into the storm. It was an adventure for me, and I took my plane into the storm straight. I did not scare, and I was not afraid of storm. Inside the clouds, everything was suddenly black. Obviously, if we are flying in the clouds, everything would be invisible. Nothing would be visible. So same happened with Dakota and the narrator. Everything was black there. It was impossible to see anything outside the aeroplane, and nothing was clear. Nothing was visible outside the plane, and the old aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air, and my old aeroplane was jumping and twisting in the air. It was giving me shock and giving me heat as well. I looked at the compass. I could not believe that my eyes, the compass was turning round and round and round. I mean, I was in a critical situation. My compass was turning round and round. It was not working properly, and nothing was visible and clear to see outside the plane. And the plane was only jumping. Okay, it was bouncing. It was dead. The compass was dead. It would not work. The other instrument was suddenly dead too. I tried the radio, and nothing was with me. Okay, I did not get any cooperation with the instrument like compass or anything else. Everything was dead. Okay, I tried the radio. What happened when I tried the radio? Paris control, can you hear me? Paris control. He was crying. I mean, narrator was crying to take assistance from Paris control. He says, "Can you hear me?" There was no answer. The radio was dead too, and the radio was dead too. It means the radio was not even working, and I had no radio, no compass, and I could not see where I was. How strange and terrifying situation in which the narrator was there. Nothing was visible. He has nothing like radio, no compass or no radio, and nothing was clear there. Okay, and he does not know where he was. So it was a challenge. It was an adventurous moment, and if we would be there, maybe we would be losing our hopes, and we would be afraid of death, and uh, so many things like being panic in critical situations is common of human being, but some of the people do not accept any kind of frustration and bad thought, negativity in their mind. At the last moment they are agree to face up challenge and obstacles to conquer their fear and overcome everything. So narrator is the one of them. What happened, let us know next. I was lost in the storm. Here we are. I was lost in the storm. uh, then in the black clouds quite near me, I saw another aeroplane. Wow, There was another aeroplane, okay, in the cloud, and it had no lights on its wings, and there was no light on the wing of that aeroplane, but I could see it flying next to me through the storm. But it was coming to me straight, okay, you know, linear. It was coming to me straight. It may be having a cross. I could see the pilot's face turned towards me. I was very glad to see another person. He lifted one hand and waved. Okay, I see. When I saw that pilot, he looked at me, he saw me as well, and he lifted his one hand and he was waving his one hand to give only the waving or the shaking of hand to show me that he saw me and he wants to have some indications. Follow me, he was saying, follow me. Okay, he wanted to help the narrator. What happened? He told him to follow him. He knows that I am lost. I thought he is trying to help me, and I was lost there, and it seems to him that he could observe the situation that I have lost my way and I need some helps. So he told me to follow him, and he was trying to help me. It seems to me. Uh, he turned his aeroplane slowly to the north, okay, in front of my Dakota, so that it would be easier for me to follow him. What happened? He turned. Another flight's pilot turned his aeroplane slowly towards north in front of my Dakota, in front of the narrator's Dakota, narrator's aeroplane, so that it would be easier and better for me to follow him. I was very happy. I was very uh, glad to see and to go behind the strange aeroplane like an obedient child. Obedient child means willingly I was going because I was about to be lost there because there was huge cloud and nothing was visible, and I don't know where to go and what to do because I do not have anything like radio, compass, or anything else. Because with the help of compass we are able to know about the direction where we are moving, but there was no compass, so he was confused about the direction as well, that where to go. After half an hour, the strange black aeroplane was still there in front of me in the clouds. I mean, I was following uh, the strange black aeroplane for half an hour. Now, there was only enough fuel in the old Dakota's last tank to fly for 5 or 10 minutes more. Wow, what a critical zone. There was no petrol. It was only suffice to move and to fly for 5 or 10 minutes, and it was the last tank of old Dakota. Okay, Dakota का ये जो है आखिरी टैंक था, और ये सिर्फ 5 या 10 मिनट तक ही उड़ सकता था. हाउ टेरिबल, कितना डरावना और कितना अजीब सा सिचुएशन रहा होगा. It would be a critical situation when we do not have fuel and we are in the sky, we are flying with the plane, and there is no fuel in the last tank even of the jet. So how to feel and what to feel at that situation, because we are in a danger and we are about to die, it seems to us. ऐसा लगता है कि हम लोग अब मरने वाले हैं, या फिर ऐसा लगेगा तो फिर हम क्या सोचेंगे, कैसे फेस करेंगे उस चीज़ को. I was starting to feel frightened again. Again, I was afraid of death because there is no fuel. But then he started to go down and followed through the storm. Okay, now the aeroplane which was being followed by me began to go downward and through the storm, so I began to follow him as well. Suddenly, I came out of the clouds and saw two long straight lines of lights in front of me. Aisha. What did he see? Narrator saw two long straight lines of lights in front of him. Okay, when he came out of the clouds, जब वो clouds के बाहर आता है तो वो दो जो है straight lines देखता है और lights वहाँ पे लगी होती हैं. It was a runway, और वो एक runway होता है. An airport. Wow, I was safe. मैं सुरक्षित हूँ because I could land my plane here. अब जाहिर सी बात है, जब भी सिचुएशन को हम फील करते हैं, फॉर द एग्ज़ाम्पल हम बाइक से जा रहे हैं. ओके, आई एम राइडिंग बाई बाइक एंड देर इज़ नो फ्यूल एट ऑल इन द फ्यूल टैंक एंड आई एम वरीड अबाउट दैट. मुझे चिंता लगी है कि अब मैं क्या करूँगा. आई विल हैव टू कैरी मूव अलॉन्ग विद द बाइक ऑन फुट. मुझे पैदल चलना होगा बाइक पर, नॉट बाइक पर, बाइक के साथ जो है. तो थोड़ा सा डर लगेगा what to do. But when we see a petrol pump in front of us, we would be glad to see it, okay, because we could collect petrol from there. तो ये चीज़ थी, ये सिचुएशन थी. तो जैसे ही इनको जो है एयरपोर्ट दिखाई देता है, बड़े खुश होते हैं. आई टर्न टू लुक फॉर माई फ्रेंड इन द ब्लैक एरोप्लेन. और मैंने जैसे एज आई टर्न टू लुक टू सी माई ब्लैक एरोप्लेन, माई फ्रेंड हु वॉज helping me, but the sky was empty, but there was no aeroplane, there was nothing there, कुछ नहीं था. The black aeroplane was gone, वो जा चुका था. I could not see it anywhere and it was it could not be seen anywhere in the cloud. I landed and was not sorry to walk away from the old Dakota near the control tower. I went and asked a woman in the petrol central where I was, who the other pilot was. मैंने पूछा, कंट्रोल रूम पर जाके मैंने पूछा, कंट्रोल सेंट्रल पे देयर वाज अ लेडी, एक वुमेन बैठी हुई थी. मैंने पूछा कि मैं इस टाइम कहाँ हूँ और वो जो दूसरा पायलट था, हु वाज ही, वो कौन था. आई वांटेड टू से थैंक यू, मैं उसको कहना चाहता था थैंक यू. ओके, शी लुक्ड एट मी वेरी स्ट्रेंजली एंड देन लाफ्ड. उसने मेरी तरफ देखा और जोर से हंसी. अनदर एरोप्लेन, व्हाट नॉनसेंस आर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट, क्या बात कर रहे हो. अब देयर इज इन दिस स्टॉर्म, there is no aeroplane in this storm. How is it possible that during storm an aeroplane would be flying in the sky? No other aeroplanes were flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see on the radar. Okay, you were the one who were flying in the sky and it was alone at all. There was no another aeroplane in this storm. So, who helped me to arrive here safely without a compass or a radio? It was the narrator's question, that who helped him to arrive, to follow him there safely without a compass, because he had no compass or radio and he was only following that black aeroplane. And without any more fuel in my tanks, who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane? Narrator was completely shocked and confused to see that black aeroplane in this stormy night, but it was not real. According to that woman who was sitting at the center, she told him that there was no aeroplane except yours in the sky in this stormy night. Who was the pilot on this strange black aeroplane flying in this storm without lights? Narrator was asking about that old Dakotas and its pilot, and there was another aeroplane in the sky. So it was maybe hallucination or his biggest misunderstanding, or maybe a spirit came there to help the narrator. There may be so many suspense about this story. So this story has been finished now. Keep practicing and learning and you will be having some questions like comprehension check at the end of this story.